Good morning, guys. Today we are here at WSEI studio at ProWine Mumbai 2025. It's the fifth edition, and we are here with Mr. Vikram Achanta, the CEO and founder of Tulleeho, the company where we all have learnt everything about wine and spirits. So, welcome to WSEI studio.
Thank you, Nivedita. Pleasure to be here.
So, sir, tell me what has Tulleeho been up to lately?
Well, it's we've now just finished our 25th year, Nivedita, and we set up at a time when the Indian beverage and hospitality industry had a very different landscape. From 2009 2010, our main pivot has been knowledge and education because we felt, given the depth and width of the Indian hospitality industry, education was really something which was much needed for people. Either they sponsor themselves or somebody sponsors them. And we find that hunger and thirst also on the part of people working in this industry, that they're looking for something. They're not looking for just a certification, but also some tangible education and skills which they can carry forward in their workplace. And we're very, very happy to see the way that people across the country, especially with the hospitality industry, are buying into getting professional certification when it comes to, say, wines and spirits. We're not just educating now on wines and spirits, we're also educating on beer and sake.
Right.
Uh,
These are the new courses
the new
that
courses that
Tulleeho has recently added to their
absolutely,
bouquet of courses.
yeah.
That actually reminds me. So tell me, how has the response been for the newer courses in your bouquet? Because we see sake being a buzzword right now. But the question becomes is how many people are genuinely interested in having a deep knowledge about such subjects?
Right. I think there's a massive Japanese pavilion here at the
Yes.
at ProWine, and I think that speaks for the interest definitely of companies from Japan who see a potential in the Indian market. Uh, there's no doubting the popularity of Asian cuisine and specialty Japanese restaurants across the country. There is a need for a cuisine like that to have a spirit which is from their homeland, and there is definitely a wide array of products available. But still, there could be more which come into the market. And if you have those products in your restaurant, which are not cheap, definitely, then you need to be able to talk to the consumer about it, because the consumer industry doesn't know too much about sake or any other kind of awamori or different forms of Japanese wines and
That's where you
spirits.
guys come
That's
in,
where we
which
come
is
in.
the
Yeah,
education part
absolutely.
of it.
So,
In fact, coming to that, recently, even WSCI has celebrated the 50th edition of Zero Kilometer. And we essentially are doing the same thing as you guys are, which is
right.
educating the public about anything and everything alcobev, right? And so my question becomes is what do you feel about what do you feel about magazines that are actually covering for people who are not just from the industry but also who wish to enter the industry? Not everyone can have that kind of a deep knowledge as a WSET level 2, right?
Yeah,
But they will still wish to read and
absolutely.
see something which is from the industry that is palpable,
Yeah,
that is easy to consume,
yeah,
but they don't have to do a WSET for it.
right.
So, what are your views on such magazines, and do you think there is a gap in that space?
Yeah, I mean, I think unfortunately in India the regulatory landscape is such that it's difficult for magazines which talk about alcohol or want alcohol advertising to have a consumer visibility or footprint, and they become restricted to be in the B2B space,
Right.
which address primarily the on-trade or even HM colleges, for example, or the alcobev industry. So that's the only space which is open to magazines such as, say, Zero
Exactly.
Kilometer. And I think it's a good space to be in any case, because the thirst for knowledge is there, and if you can supply bite-sized content which give them and make sure that they have their basics in place, that's great.
So I'm actually going to ask you one more question, which is going to be my last question to you. What's been your experience with Provine in the past years, and will we see you back here in the coming years?
I think it's been, I think the first Provine was just kind of before COVID or after COVID, if I,
Right,
if
right,
I
right, right. It was actually
remember.
almost during
Almost
COVID,
during,
if you
and
are to say that.
it was a great point because people were looking at coming out of their houses,
Right.
and that happened from a timing perspective. If your first event clicks, it creates a good base and momentum for
It
future
happened
editions.
in JW Marriott, if I'm not wrong.
Yes,
Right.
at
Yes.
the St. Regis, I think.
Yes, St.
At the
Regis.
St. Regis.
Yes.
And that event clicked. So once you have that first event which clicked, it's gained momentum. Uh, I like the fact that they have a registration fee this time. So it gives a certain filter from an audience perspective, which I'm sure the exhibitors are also have been asking for, so that they know there's certain
And
quality
I
of
think that is
consumer
also the
coming.
reason why this time at Provine we see quality over quantity.
Quantity, right?
I mean, as a yes, you're coming here as a visitor
Yeah.
technically,
Yeah.
but you being from the industry in a way of sorts, you will see the difference in the amount of crowd that is sitting here.
Right.
Right. Most of the people here have actually already gotten so many leads.
Right.
That tells a lot about the quality being better over the years.
Right.
And why is it there? Because there's been a certain education,
Right.
which is where Tulleeho comes in. And what would be your last message for our readers who would probably be watching us?
Keep learning.
Keep learning. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for this interview.
Pleasure. Thank you, Nivita. Thank you.